I knew I had the potential. I knew I had the knowledge because I used to compare my answers with the toppers always. I started my preparation. I came to Delhi for a guidance, sir. I joined a coaching institute. I found it very challenging.
So you used to cook yourself?
Yes, sir.
How many times did you cook?
Only once in a day because I did not have that much time. When I started my career in private clinic, I was asked to quit after 2 days of recruitment, sir. My parents were the biggest pillars of my strength, sir. I used to do like freelancing, sir, to sustain myself, but it was of meager amount only, sir.
Subhadharshini, 6 times you were unsuccessful at 3. UPSC preparation is a waste of time. It's a waste of your youthful energy. Six consecutive prelims failures and an IAS officer in 7th attempt. If passion, perseverance, and patience had a face, it's SUBHADHARSHINI M. Congratulations, SUBHADHARSHINI, on scoring 83rd rank in 2023 Civil Services exam. And I welcome you today to this platform, IAS Toppers Talk.
So thank you for, first of all, inviting me and giving me this opportunity for sharing my experience, sir. Thank you so much for you on the platform, IAS, sir.
Okay, Subhadharshini, 6 times you were unsuccessful at 3, but you still kept going. What was the one thing that drove you?
Sir, I had a strong belief in my potential. That was the major reason I kept going even after my failures, sir. For the first 3 attempts, I took it very lightly. I did not mind failing. From my fourth attempt, I was very serious about cracking this exam because it was a promise that I made for myself. So my major motivation was that I knew I had the potential. I knew I had the knowledge because I used to compare my answers with the toppers always. So I did not find any knowledge deficit between me or the toppers. So I kept saying that I can, and that is what drove me, sir.
Means you knew that once I cover this barrier, means once I overcome this prelims barrier, I'm going to see my name in the list. But it took almost 6 years, and it is not in a short period of time. For the first and I think in the last 3 attempts, you consecutively missed the prelims just because of CSAT,
Yeah.
and that too by 0.5 marks. During this phase, means where did you live? Did you live away from your parents? You were with your parents? How did you manage all these things? Because it was a really long time.
Initially, when I started my preparation, I came to Delhi for a guidance, sir. I joined a coaching institute, and I was having a course there, but I found it very challenging financially, emotionally, and also the environment was such that it was very intimidating for me for the first time, living long from my home and family. And so, even though it was a bit challenging, I stayed here for almost 1.5 years, and then I left back home. And during 2018, I came back again because I failed 2-3 times in between. So when I came back and started the preparation, COVID came, sir. So I had to go back home again. And this attempt from 2019, I have been preparing from my home only, sir.
And when you were at this Delhi, when you were in Delhi, what were the challenges that you faced?
Yes, there were many challenges, sir. For first of all, it was very emotionally demanding, sir, because we are staying for the first time away from home. Because till my graduation, also I have been a day scholar. I have been completely preparing from my home.
You were never in the hostel.
No, sir. So this was the first time I am coming to a completely different city, and that too from a rural background to a metropolitan city like this. It was very challenging, and also language, I cannot say it was a barrier, sir, but it was challenging to learn the new language, and I could manage with English as well, no problem. But financially, it was very challenging, sir. My parents, they were also struggling at that time, but they were supportive, sir. There were many challenges in my journey.
So you once mentioned that, sir, I didn't like the food here.
Yes, sir.
So how did you manage? Food is something that you cannot ignore for 6 long years.
When I was staying here, I did not. It was not like I did not like the food, sir, but sometimes it led to food poisoning. And since I was staying alone, I did not want to take any chance on my health, so I started cooking by myself, sir. And that was also a very challenging task because after long hours of academics, we cannot allocate time for ourselves. But in that limited hours that we have for ourselves, also I have to cook for my sustenance.
So you used to cook yourself?
Yes, sir.
How many times did you cook?
Only once in a day because I did not have that much time left for my preparation.
So you cooked once and you ate that whole day.
Yes, sir. Yes.
At what time do you used to cook?
Mostly during the afternoon, sir. I used to cook it. I will have it in the afternoon. Then same
Until
thing.
next
Yes, sir.
afternoon, you will have the same food.
Yes, sir.
So you really had a, not only the length of your journey was this long, but the struggles you had during this journey were really arduous. So, but initially, you are from medical background.
Yes, sir.
Why switching to UPSC?
Actually, sir, during my medical, I mean, I'm a dentist by qualification. There is a compulsory internship program in dentistry. So, in my college where I studied, they took us for many rural camps. So there, I got to know about many social problems that I was not aware of till that moment. After seeing those problems, I decided to revive my childhood dream of becoming an IAS. And apart from just the awareness, there were also many incidents in my career, sir. For example, when I started my career in private clinic, I was asked to quit after 2 days of recruitment, sir.
You joined one clinic.
Yes, sir, I joined a
But
clinic.
you had to?
They told me to quit because they had recruited another candidate without telling me any reason for it, and they gave me a 500 rupees note on my hand. And
Okay, just they gave you the 500 rupees
Yes, sir.
note and you had to quit your job.
So on that day, I thought maybe this is what I was longing for. I wanted to serve the people. That was one idea behind the preparation. But also I thought I should start a career for myself. I should not be dependent on others. That is what drove me, sir, towards the UPSC preparation. And that incident, I sat down for a couple of days and thought, where am I going? What should be my next career options? So I landed up in UPSC preparations.
Okay, and during those 6 years, did you face any challenges, means mental health issues, any kind of issues, means, and if you did, how did you manage? Because the person who knows that he is not capable of, may be complacent, may understand that okay, I am not able to do it. Then what's the big deal? But you told us that you were comparing your copies with toppers, and you always knew that you were there. And in fact, you proved in this exam, you scored 140 marks in, I think, ethics, 123 marks in GS2, and I think 101 marks in GS3. That is a good score. So 101, 123, 140. I think you are the topper in ethics, or I guess at least the second topper. You knew that you had it in you, but still you were facing the failures. So what were the emotions? What qualified person sees the result, and for 6 times he or she is not able to see their name in the list? What was your reaction?
Actually, sir, to be frank, in my first 3 attempts, I was not much bothered about the results because I knew I was underprepared. But after my fourth attempt, whenever I saw the failures, I used to be very down, sir, and I used to have light of depression phase I went into, and I was very angry on myself. That even though you have the potential, you were not able to crack it. Somewhere you're doing something wrong. Find out. That was there in my head, sir. I was very angry on myself. Sometimes I used to think I am the most unluckiest person in the planet. So many emotions were there, sir. But I somehow overcame it.
But anything that kept you going, means any hobby, anything you used to do, something that during the pastime, or something that you used to keep your head lighter.
How much time I allotted for the studies, the same amount of time I used to allot for the other entertainments to keep my mental peace steady. I'm very interested in growing plants and taking care of stray dogs. So I used to
Taking care of
stray dogs.
stray dogs.
Yes,
Okay,
sir. I
okay,
also have a pet. His name is Oreo, sir. I spend a lot of time with them, talking to plants and taking care of the stray dogs and my pet. These were my emotional support systems, sir. And apart from that, I also indulge in watching movies. I have two siblings, so I used to spend a lot of time with them, and that is how I kept my mental peace, sir. Apart from just the hobbies thing, I also have a close group of friends, so I used to share a lot with them, and they they were also very supportive.
Okay, and this time you were giving your first mains. So how was your mains experience this time?
Yes, I have been preparing for mains from 2019, sir. So I was confident that I would get a good rank if I clear mains. But one thing was during my political science paper, I fell sick, sir.
You fell sick.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
because of the long gap between the general studies and the main political science exam. There were 5 days, and somehow I got food poison, sir. So in the morning paper, I was not able to perform well. Within the 3 hours, I could complete only 4 questions. I left
So you completed only
4 questions, sir. I left one question.
So you have left 50 marks in your political science paper. Other papers also you left?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. In GS1 and GS2, I have left 110 mark each, sir.
One total 70 marks you have left in out of 1750.
Yes, sir.
Still you are at all India rank 83. So you must have some writing skills that But how did you manage to develop such great writing skills?
I used to practice a lot, sir. I used to take guidance from many people. I was not. I was not overconfident in writing because I knew I had, even though I have that capacity, I had failed in prelims many times, almost 6 times I had failed. So I did not want to make that mistake in my mains. So wherever possible, I used to take guidance. I also took guidance from a platform IAS for mains writing. So that is how I kept practicing, sir. Means extensive.
Means whenever you were not engaged in prelims, you were always focused in answer writing. And before prelims, how much time you used to give to answer writing?
So every day, at least 2 questions I used to write. I used to do from the daily current affairs, and we had 2-3 friends. We used to do peer reviews, not a proper evaluation, but peer reviews. We used to share points and facts, and I also used to teach a lot of people, sir, in my preparation. Some random person who I met in the class, if they say they are weak in a subject, I used to take them home and I will teach them.
So which class students? Which means
those who were studying with me in the coaching.
Okay, coaching.
Yes,
Okay.
Few people.
Now coming back to that, you were giving the first paper of your optional PSI or optional. First paper is over. You have completed only 200 marks. Now coming back to the break part. What did you do there?
I thought I'm entirely out of the race. I called my sister.
Okay, your sister is older than you?
No, sir, younger than me. A younger sister.
Uh-huh.
I called her and told I have made a big blunder. I think I'll be out of the race. I do not know what to do. Like that, I started crying. She told only one word. Nothing's there in your hands now. You do your best. You do your second part best so that it compensates for the first paper. And that was the motivation I took. And I wrote my second paper very well, sir. But somehow, I think in both the papers, I got nearly same marks.
130 and 130 and 120?
Yes, sir.
9.
1 mark lesser than my paper 1.
So in one paper, you got 130 out of 200. In other, you got 250, 129 out of 250.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you were expecting around 170. So
Yes,
definitely, if you had completed the first paper, you would have gotten around 170 in the first paper itself. And think about that. If you had gotten that 170, so in around almost 4 papers, GS3, GS2, ethics, and political science paper 1, you would have almost topped all India. That is what answer writing means.
Yes, sir.
And you are, an epitome really of how we should prepare for mains. But one thing that stands out is you kept on persevering. You kept the patience going on. Okay. Now, during this whole time, what was the role of your parents?
My parents were the biggest pillars of my strength, sir. Even though I had many challenges, like I told you, financially, emotionally, everything, they never asked anything to me regarding the preparation or anything. They knew she's up to something. We should not disturb her. Let her do what she wants. They shielded me like anything, sir. Marital pressure, everything was there.
There was marital pressure from your parents?
No, not from my parents at all. Even not from my close relatives, but from the distant relatives. There were many pressures regarding the marriage.
How did you manage that?
I never knew because my parents shielded very well from the other external pressures and all. But I knew something was happening. But they never openly spoke to me about the marriage and all. They left to my choice.
So till this 7th attempt, they always supported you.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when the result came out?
Actually, sir, I was expecting results on 15th April.
Okay.
And I was praying like anything that day. And 15th night, I thought there are 2 possibilities only. Either I will fail completely or I will be the last rank in that attempt, in that UPSC list. I will be the last person. That was my mindset, sir. But when 16th, the results came, I did not expect that I will be on the 83rd number. I was very overwhelmed. And I started crying, and my parents also were very emotional. Everybody cried on that day.
Everybody cried on that day.
Yes, sir. But one interesting fact here is the day before the results, my mother randomly sat me down and she told, "You will be in the top 100. Don't worry, go and sleep." Like that, she randomly told me. And the next day, it happened like that.
She told you that you are going to win the top 100. That's the power of a mother. No, that's really, really, you are an inspiration to people. A lot of people, what we do is we sometimes say that we are not able to find the passion, the thing that we are being put on the earth to do or pursue. But you proved one thing that sometimes the thing is already we are pursuing that thing, but since we are not 100% or we give up easily, we lose that thing. We lose the the motivation, the to pursue that goal which we had in mind. But you kept on going for 7 long years, and ultimately you are today having 83rd rank, and almost all the three subjects you have topped. Okay, but tell me one thing, that around how have things changed after that day? Means once I talked to you, you said, "Sir, I don't like talking to people. I want to just shut myself off." But you scored, I think, 173 marks in interview.
175. Sir.
175 marks in interview. From that girl who used to, block herself from everybody. She was not even able to initiate a communication with people. How did you manage to, pull yourself together for the last leg, for that interview part?
In all the stages, I would say interview was the most challenging for me because at some point in my preparation, previously I used to be a very bold girl, sir. But
before starting preparation?
Yes, before starting preparation, I was a very bold girl. But somehow in the middle of the preparation, I lost my confidence at some point. And since I was in isolation for a long time, I used to skip all the invites, sir. Be it any family function, or I even didn't go for my own graduation, sir. Like
Okay,
that,
you skipped your own
yes,
graduation.
sir. I did not go for my graduation
Okay.
because that time I was staying in Delhi, sir.
But if you wanted, you could have, but you didn't want to.
I did not go, and I thought because of that, I was not able to have initiate a communication with the people. I had some anxiety, sir. I was very fearful of what people will judge about me. So that was constantly in my mind, and because of that, interview was the challenging preparatory part in my exam, sir.
So, whenever you told me, so it was such a long time, and you had two hobbies. You talked about stray dogs and this growing plants. How did you pursue this hobby? How did you manage this hobby around all these things? Because growing plants in a PG is not an easy thing to do.
It was in my home.
Acha.
When I was in
PG,
here,
you didn't
no,
do
sir,
that.
no.
So, how did these two hobbies help you?
It was a major stress relief for me, sir, because um, I was a very enthusiastic person. So whenever there was a little plant, it grows. It gave me a lot of positive vibes. So something I'm up to. I can sense positivity from the plants, and also from the stray dogs. They're all very loyal beings. And there are a lot of issues happening right now also, but I feel somehow we are also responsible for that animal problems. So we have to be more empathetic. So maybe because of those empathetic values, I do not know. It was a great my stress relief for me.
You are getting one thing, that empathy actually paid out in your ethics paper.
Maybe, sir.
No, that is kind of genuine empathy that we need as civil servant. Okay, and all these years, you had to go from Delhi to your home state, and then come back to Delhi. In this process, there must have been financial issues. There must have been So you never thought about having a backup?
Yes, sir. I thought of having a backup. So I tried my hand in my home state PSC, sir. Only in this attempt.
In the last, no, before that.
Yes, sir. Before that, I used to do like freelancing, sir, to sustain myself, but it was of meager amount only, sir. So
freelancing in which sector?
In dentistry only, sir.
Dentistry,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir. So a little bit freelancing I was able to do. But then I did not do it regularly, sir. Whenever I found time, I did. Rest of the times I completely focused on my preparation. In my this attempt only, I had a backup option of appearing in my state PSC, sir. So I wrote prelims and got through it. But unfortunately, I did not get through in mains. So I think if I had used that opportunity of doing my mains preparation in my UPSC preparation, I think I could have still done better my UPSC, sir. I wasted a little time
You-
in TNPSC.
You want to still do more better.
Could have, sir.
You have 83 rank, you know that, na?
So I'm very content for the rank and all.
But you could have done better. You left 50 marks in PSIR, 20 marks in GS, and you are saying, sir, and I also wasted time in my state PCS. And this kind of means you still, if you could still give one more attempt, na? That's kind of passion that I'm talking about. It's really great. Okay, tell me one thing. In interview, what was your board?
So mine was with Dinesh Dasa sir board.
Okay, and what was the line of questioning?
So everything was revolving around my DAF only, sir. Mostly from Tamil Nadu and my native place Dindigul. And because I had an interesting hobby of taking care of stray dogs, my questions revolve around that also.
Okay, so
sir.
your questions were around stray dogs only and optional.
And a little bit here and there on dentistry.
Dentistry.
And also regarding the political science and international relations also, many questions were asked, but it was around Tamil Nadu, sir. For example, India-Sri Lanka relations and India-Maldives relations. This kind of questions only were asked.
You had a background of medical science. You could have taken medical science optional or botany or zoology, but you took PSIR. Did you try other options also? You
So
tried other
definitely, yes,
options?
definitely. I tried medical science in my first attempt. I prepared for it for about 8 months, but then I did not get any proper guidance back then. And so I left medical science and opted anthropology, sir. I attended some classes also, but it did not fascinate me that much. It was not very interesting according to me. So I started preparing political science, sir. Because one major factor for choosing political science was it was having a great overlap with all the GS papers. It was also helpful in writing philosophical essays. That is the main reason I chose political science. But then with the preparation, I got very interested in learning about the concepts and also about the international relations. It was very fascinating for me. So
you made a decision to choose an optional based on two things: pragmatic approach, that is overlap with the this GS subject, and second, your interest. So around that time, I think there's Russia-Ukraine war and everything, geopolitical, and plus India's foreign policy was also changing. In this phase also, it is changing a lot. So these things actually, interested you in pursuing that. This time you cleared prelims, but 6 times you were not successful. What did you change this time? How were you able to clear prelims this time, but not the last 6 times?
So one thing I changed, I changed two things mainly to say, sir. First change I did was I gave the offline test, mock test. I gave offline test because I had this anxiety factor. So I was very anxious on seeing the crowd and all. So this time I gave a mock test in offline mode. And second thing was I gave a numerous number of mocks, sir, and also allocated time for effectively revising the mocks. So I made notes separately wherever if I am not, if mostly I was clear in the knowledge part, the content part, but the trivial facts that I was not able to recollect. So I noted out those facts and repeatedly revised that. So that change I did.
Okay, so continuous revision of mocks and finding out the most weak areas. You consolidated upon that, and that helped you a lot. Now, CSAT was a major barrier in the last 3 attempts. You missed it by 0.5 marks. But interesting thing is that you cleared it when most of the other people missed, because 2023 was a particular year when CSAT was really difficult. So you knew that CSAT was your weakness. In I think fourth attempt you got the idea. But why were you not able to clear in the consecutive fifth and sixth attempts?
So I did my best in my fifth and sixth attempts also, sir. But some areas I was little confident, sir, that I can do better. But the CSAT part also continuously it's evolving, sir. Even from the very comfortable syllabus like clocks and the calendar part, questions are becoming very trickier, sir. So this time I did not leave any chance. If there are 40 topics in CSAT, I read all the 40 topics thoroughly, and I did almost 50 or 100 questions for each topic, and I was completely prepared this time in CSAT.
So, but last, you're saying that the only reason was that you were going overconfident in the exam, thinking that the exam will be similar to the last year, but and you didn't complete the syllabus. But since this time you were able to just complete the syllabus, nothing special you did, just completed your syllabus, and you were able to clear it. Okay, now coming to this part of social media. how did you use social media platform during your preparation?
Yes, I had social media account from after completing my graduation, but I used it very limited only, sir, because first thing I did not have many friends to connect to, and second thing it was a bit taking my time, extra time, sir. So I limited my social media accounts. Whenever I am feeling very low, I wanted some kind of push. I used to see the updates in social media. That's
Motivational videos.
not motivational videos at all, sir. What may other people are doing? What are they up to? Where are we? For that little, what to say? So it's not like comparison, but we have to have some internalization. So for that factor, I use social media, and once I get into the preparation, completely shut down the social media, sir.
So
There
you
was
should
a balance.
balance.
Yes, sir.
Because you were able to control yourself.
Yes, sir.
So you used YouTube extensively or any?
Yes, so that point also I wanted to mention because even though YouTube, there is a educational purpose only, but there also we spend a lot of unnecessary time, sir, according to me. What I did was, if I start to search for a particular topic, I will first see a YouTube channel regarding that topic only, and there will be so many, some five, six YouTube recommendations will be there. I used to watch all of that because I was fearful of missing some content. What if they in the other YouTube channel they say some extra points? So it was, according to me, I wasted some time. Yes, sir.
Then we should be
Sticking towards only one
source.
source. Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we have self control, you can pursue social media, but if you are wasting too much time, then you should stay away from it. And now coming to this last part. Now you code really well in your all your this main subjects. Okay, but one paper particularly you were not able to score well. I will point that out. It was essay paper.
Yes, sir.
But you used to score really well in the mocks.
Yes, sir.
If I can recall. So why do you think essay part you were not able to, live up to that standard?
The one reason I can recall is that I made a mistake by not opening up many dimensions. That was one mistake I can recall from my side. And also, even in essay papers, there are many questions that are becoming little philosophical, little more. We have to have on spot. We have to think about many dimensions. That is becoming a little challenging, sir.
So you're saying that main reason was that on that particular day you were not able to address the essay with multiple dimensions. But do you think that essay itself has become a little dicey because some year some students get around 140, 150. Other years the same students with the same caliber get around 90, 95. Do you think there is any?
So the UPSC structure itself has been evolving, sir. In that essay is also continuously becoming a little trickier only, sir. I could have done better in essay, but I did all that I can do. I'm not able to judge my own performance now, sir.
But now, my last question. Now, are you satisfied? Because you spent how many? 7, 8 years. 8 years in this journey. You gave your whole youth to this. And people nowadays are claiming that UPSC preparation is a waste of time. It's a waste of your youthful energy. Do you think you have been through that whole process and now you have achieved the ultimate success, the ultimate prize of UPSC preparation, becoming an IAS officer, and you will definitely get your home state also? So, do you think that last 8 years were a waste of time?
Definitely not, sir. Actually, even if I hadn't cleared this time, I definitely would have sat for another year, sir. Because UPSC, apart from giving us knowledge, it has taught me a lot of life lessons, sir. So I would definitely not say UPSC was a waste of time. And regarding the marks and the rank, I'm very much content, sir. As I told, I think I could have done better in some papers, but I'm very much content, sir. I cannot explain
Now
that
you
in
are
words.
happy,
Yes, sir, very much.
and 8 years, the journey, the experience, if you look back at it, you will say that yes, it was a precious part of my life. And I am really happy that I came into this and I, whatever I achieved, what the things that I learned, the struggles that I faced, the tears, and the tears means throughout the journey and the last day that you talked about. And in the end, the result, you are satisfied with it.
Sir, very much, sir. I'm very grateful that I chose UPSC journey, sir.
So this was Subhadharshini, a girl who spent 8 years pursuing her dream, and now She's an IAS officer in her home state. I literally got goosebumps when she told me that, sir, when my result came out, whole my family cried. Whole of my family, I cried. And it was only next day that we sat together. We talked about it, that now all our all our hard work has paid off. If this is not an inspirational story and an answer to those people who say that UPSC is a waste of time, then what it is? If this is not women empowerment, if this is not a struggle, if this is not a true journey to achieve your dreams, then what it is? With this, I would like to say goodbye to all of you. And again, congratulations, Subhadharshini.
Thank you so much.
And believe me, you are going to become, an inspiration, not only for girl candidates, for people who have been struggling in this exam for multiple years, but somewhere they lose the faith. You are going to be an inspiration for at least a decade. Toppers come and toppers go, but toppers are like you, come rarely, but they are not forgotten easily. Okay, congratulations again. Congratulations again. It was really an honor to be with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, all of you.